Alright guys, I just want to jump into this quick. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this video. I'm actually going to do it fast. I just found out about some information. I don't know how true or untrue it is. We did talk about this in the past though, which I think is funny, about more advanced toning levels. It wasn't a prediction that we had made, so I'm not going to stick to it. As a matter of fact, I thought that it would actually be bad, but now I see the way they're releasing it, so it's good. So there's going to be a lot of copium. People are going to say, oh, see, this is why you should have done it in Tier 3, Advanced Tone 1 through 3. No, I think this is an implication that, one, they'll be nerfing it, but two, we're going to be jumping in stones again, kind of like I had said. But we're going to be jumping in leaps again, which is important, obviously. And, yeah, I mean, maybe Tier 5. I don't see a Tier 5 necessarily, but we do see us jumping in material cost, but... the reason why this is important, let me just go ahead and get to the chase. Let me show you what I'm looking at. This is all I saw. I didn't see anything too crazy on it or anything. There's a lot of people that are saying that if you're free to play, it's like less of an opportunity for you. I don't think that's true. I haven't really played the game, and I'm 100% free to play at this point now too. And I fell so far behind the elites that you could argue that any of the paid progression I would have had in the past would be eliminated. But even though I didn't have any, I had skins and mounts. But the point is, I think it's actually more free-to-play friendly, and I'm going to show that. I know I haven't really made videos lately because I don't really care as much. I know the game. I know the game well. I don't need other people's advice on it, I guess is kind of what it comes down to. And there's no reason to keep remaking videos. I mean, this Kazeros being 1730 and 1710 is kind of what I said a year ago now, isn't it? So I had to refine my predictions, right? Obviously, over time, I had to keep cutting it and changing things and moving things. And then if you remember originally, my gut feeling, if you look at the original videos, the gut feeling was 4X, right? Which would make Zameen Kazeros. That would actually be perfect, right? 2 pieces of content into their year. I still think it's 3, and it's only because I want to stay on the Kuckle Satan run. And that's more of a meme, I guess, for me than anything. But I really want it to be right because it was a meme. I thought it was so cool. But everything else I've been correct about. I was spot on everything. And the argument for advanced toning in Tier 3 is still technically there, but not really for what, Agar, when we're going to get Ark passive. So the only reason you would have done it in Tier 3 would have been to be able to do Agar on time, because I got to Brel. I'm at Brel eye level. Normal natural progression. Haven't done my advanced toning in Tier 4 yet either. Haven't done the advanced toning at all. So that means that you were able to do it via natural progression, meaning that the cost reduction in the future is worth more than the cost reduction in the past, especially considering the content you were doing it for was Agar. Ark passive system that's going to be given to you for free in Tier 3 pretty soon. So I'm having a really hard time figuring out how anybody could still value the Tier 3 advanced tones. I don't know how you can click that together in your brain, other than the fact that you got, again, Agar quicker, but you got the first phase of a new release of content quicker. Eek. If you're already at the top and you want to always stay at the top, then it does make sense, but the value's not there because that's your logic. And I was there, remember? So just no, genuinely no. The same logic applies as before, though. If you have more characters, you play less time for that same value. So if you want to have 6, having 12 is going to give you more value, less time. That still always applies. That'll still always apply. It's just until we get to a point where the cost is way too much. And I still think we're at a point where 6 characters under is a perfectly normal ratio. To keep 1, 2, maybe 3 characters at the top. And if you just want to keep 1 character at the top, you can do it for like less than 10 hours a week, because that's what I'm doing right now. You genuinely don't need to put more effort in than 10 hours a week. And I'm not even putting that in, actually, to be honest. I'll do the math later, but I just wanted to be a quick video. The implications of this mean a few different things. One, I haven't seen any official announcements, but that is Lost Ark Game. Like, it is technically the official Reddit for them, I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna roll with this. We're gonna pretend that this is somewhat true. And if it brings advanced toning levels 21 to 40, that means that the advanced toning levels that it's giving you there would be the beginning of that phase, like Echidna is for this phase, which means that that's, like I said, a year or 2 years ago, you want to be prepared for this raid. So Kazeros is the raid you want to be prepared for, because it's going to be the transition phase into the next phase of the game for a long period of time. So this is what you want to be prepared for, and then whatever comes out after Kazeros, you actually don't care. So these advanced toning levels that they're giving you, similar to the Tier 3 ones, you don't actually need till the end of this phase. That's why I'm making this video now, because every other dumbass YouTube content creator on Lost Ark is going to talk about, dude, right now, Bro's coming out, Thameen's next, Kazeros after that, you need to... And you need to ignore those stupid fucks, because the implications here, the only things that are actually important information-wise, and if they're not saying this about this, is what comes out after. So you're preparing for Kazeros so you can be prepared for what comes out after Kazeros, and what comes out after Kazeros doesn't need the advanced toning levels. You won't need the advanced toning levels for probably 6 months to a year after Kazeros. So people are panicking over the 21 to 40. This is whale bait. It's similar to what Zeals was pointing out in his video. This is a large cap, right? They're increasing the cap. They're increasing the amount that you can spend and do, but giving you very little return for it. These players aren't going to get anything for the 21 to 40, definitely not for the last 10, 30 to 40, but they're not going to get anything for a while for it. You know what? No, wait a minute. Similar to Agar, similar to now, all they'll be doing is getting a jump into the next system. That's it. And it'll be the beginning of a new system, so who cares? Who genuinely cares? And that's why I keep trying to explain to you guys. I stopped giving a fuck maybe a year and a half to 2 years ago. Who cares? I don't know why y'all care. But yeah, anyways, this is the information. I don't think there's anything else that we need here. I don't really care. I read a lot of this. A lot of these people are just stupid. They're all just so stupid. This isn't stupid. And this won't happen, but this isn't stupid. See, I don't understand the complaints, because this is, maybe I need to do a deeper video on it. But to quickly quell the stupidity, this is a good thing. It's a cost reduction overall. The cost reduction is not meant for tier 4. It's going to be meant for tier 5 or whatever the next set is. This current cost reduction, so there's a few things to talk about here. Because we thought there was going to be a new armor set, right, with Kazeros, and there's not. Which is leading towards Lost Ark 2 more and more, I'm not going to lie, because instead of trying to go into a new system, they're trying to cap this system, and they just needed a couple extra eye level to give us another piece of content real quick, just so we can have something to fill in until they release the new game. And maybe I'm wrong, who knows? We're going to know when, in 9 months, actually. I'll know in 9 months, 2026. But the reality of it is that I do think this is all preparation for another game, or another branch of the game, because it's like they're capping it. Not capping it like everyone said before, soft cap, hard cap. No, it's like a cap, like an actual top off of something where they're trying to end it, and they couldn't just end it there, so they're adding an additional 20 advanced levels, advanced honing levels, so that way instead of 1750, I think it is right now, or 55, you can actually get this, or 1735, you can get to 1755. So it's probably so they can give us one more piece of content or something like that, essentially. And who knows, maybe I'm wrong, but either way, it doesn't matter. You're not preparing for it. You're preparing for Kazeros. That's it. You do everything in your power to be prepared for Kazeros. Whatever comes out after Kazeros will be the exact same concept as Agar, meaning it's not really that relevant. You're preparing for that phase of the game to get to that phase, but once you're there, you're at a lull period again. So, like I said before, things are about to pick up around Thameen, Kazeros, Dead Time. Right now, we're in that middle phase. We're in that transition phase where Brel, the time between Brel and Thameen is the time you finish every system they've given you now up to Thameen, meaning elixirs, transcendence, set bonuses, all that crap, all that jazz. I wouldn't worry about gems. I was just saying this in Discord. I think the scale is 5s and 6s for 1670 down. 1680 to 1700, I'm thinking 7s and 8s are mandatory gem wise, and then anything that's Thameen hard or higher, 1710 or higher, I think you do need the 8s, 9s, and 10s for gems. But I think anybody who's trying to make you have 7s and 8s for Agar or Brel, they're a little delulu, and probably a little delulu for Thameen too, if I'm being honest. I've seen the numbers, I've looked at the scaling. You don't need crazy cracked out gems. As a matter of fact, you're getting the least value from your gems after, I think, 6s or 7s anyways, comparatively to these other systems just completing them. So again, just to recap that, or reiterate that, you want to prepare for Kazeros. To be prepared for Kazeros, you just want to get every system, Brel and Under down done. That's it. That's it. And that does include the Ark passive system. So you don't want to necessarily have the Ark passive system done, but you do want to have it done by Kazeros. You want to have it done by Kazeros. You don't need it done by Thameen. Anybody who thinks that you need it done by Thameen is delulu. Delulu, you don't. Thameen hard, yeah, kind of. Thameen hard, if you don't have the gems, then yeah, you're going to want to have your Ark passive. But that's it, guys. You don't need much more than that. Quick 10-minute video. Sorry I haven't been putting more videos up. I don't know, I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my kid. Like, I'm sorry that I'm not enjoying the internet where there's a bunch of dipshits trying to tell me I'm wrong about everything. And then I'm right anyway. So yeah, I will say that part of it is that I get more dopamine out of life, but the reality of it is I'm still here to provide you guys with the best that I can, and this is the best that I can. And anybody who's been listening to me, clearly I've been right. All those people that are like, Copium, I made so much money by not listening to you and doing it in tears. Shut up. Stop lying to yourself, please. Stop lying to yourself. If you made any money, you made money on dumb people buying jewelry before they should have too. So it's not a value proposition. It's not a calculatable risk that I would take to then make a return, especially when you lie about your returns. But just anybody who didn't do it in tier 3, congratulations, you were smart. If you're wondering how it's panning out, you're already saving value because of the cost in tier 4. It's just automatic. And if you're waiting until the appropriate time to do it, which was 1670, 1680, really 1680 to 1700 or 1690 to 1710, which is what I had said. But if you, because that's the actual matchup value, if you're going to compare value. So all those other people that were comparing like 1660 and 1650, the first point where it's less than the actual honing cost, that's not the way you do it. So that guy Miso's a fucking idiot. Period. The end. You're comparing advanced tier 3 honing 1630 range to 1640 to 1650, 1660 range, which would be equivalent to 1580, 1590, 1600. You're just dumb. You're dumb. You can't even compare the actual ranges. All these people have to be dishonest about the math that they're doing because it's the only way their math makes sense. It's the only way the value in T3 makes sense. Period. The end. It's blanket fucking math. There's no complications to this beyond that. Not to mention the fact that the playtime factor, if you foot the cost later, when you're making more gold and more resources, and it's easier to pay that bill now than it was back then you also didn't pay the time value, meaning you didn't have to play during the time period where you were getting less bang for your buck. You're now getting more bang for your buck playing 1 chaos a day and all the other 9 yards. Doesn't make any sense. These kids that keep arguing this are stupid. We've already established the rule of better value later on. So if you're going to keep arguing it, then congratulations, you're the dumbest human beings on the planet because we've already established the rule of better value later on. Fucking dumbasses. But yeah, so if you did wait and you're trying to figure out how that value plays out, you're going to be doing it soon. Probably a little bit after Brawl is when I would do it. If you're a little bit ahead of the pack, you could do it during Brawl. The value's still there and the total value is still the same. So even if they're compared, this is what I love too about stupid people, is originally when I did this mathematical equation to compare the two values, I actually did all of the levels in tier 3 and versus all the levels in tier 4. So that what that meant is I took the total cost of tier 3 and the total cost of tier 4, and then I did the value to see where you were saving more. So it's actually, it wouldn't even matter where they choose to do it. It's just how they skew the fucking numbers to make themselves seem right. So it doesn't even actually matter when you do it on the averages, but point being, so I'm saying that for the players who want to do it now, like you could technically do it earlier and get less cost reduction, but it's not really less cost reduction because it's total cost reduction. But I would wait until the percentages are worse. That way your odds are better. So wait till the percentages are worse because then if you pity, it's going to cost you more. So you'd rather save more at that point. It's just not rocket science. It really isn't. These kids are going to convince you it is, but it does tie into this 21 to 40 levels. You're not going to be doing this right after Kazeros. As a matter of fact, you're not going to be doing it for quite a while. And if I'm right and they're leading into Lost Ark 2, this might actually just straight up be well bait. It genuinely might just be to give them an extra couple 20i level for the content. And I hope not, but we'll see. But yeah, for all the people that are complaining, oh, this is big, the gap between the free-to-play and the whale is bigger. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, please. Please shut up. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning in to this evolving mental moment. I hope I have loved your mentalities. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of out of it, but peace.